Okay, capital allowances. There was a question from Hafiz, so we're going to skip that. I'm going to move. No. So, go on, Hafiz.
Sorry, carry on.
No, go on. What's your question?
So, what sort of things can we claim under capital allowances if we're buying a property?
So, to keep it very simple, anything which is fixed to the building. Yeah? So, in this particular room here, Hafiz, you've got suspended ceiling, aircon, fire, possibly you could have cameras, radiators, all this kind of stuff, yeah, which is fixed to the building, which you can take off. Again, keeping it very simple.
Basically, fixed and fittings. Basically.
Fixed and fittings. It's called plant and machinery, but fixed and fittings.
Yeah.
Claim capital allowances.
Okay.
How far back can you go? What's your question?
Yeah.
It's not a question of how far back you can go per se. It depends on how much the previous owner has claimed.
Yeah.
So as long as they haven't claimed their capital allowances, then you can claim them. If they've claimed them all and there's nothing to claim, then you can't claim anything.
No. Okay.
Yeah?
Where do you find that out?
When your solicitor does the commercial property search inquiries or standard inquiries, there's a question there, I can't remember what number, I think it's 34 or 30 or 51 or something, about capital allowances. They ask that question. Yeah?
Who do they ask? Who do they ask?
They ask the seller's solicitor.
Okay. Right.
So if you purchase a building and it's a tear down, so flat to the ground, and then a brand new build, you've claimed the capital allowances on the old building. The new building, will that have its own capital allowances?
Yes, that's right, because you've got new items in there now.
Yeah.
And then
The next person that comes
that's
along.
right. Yep.
So what I'm saying is that this building here, if we were to buy it, and if Rob gives us a BMP price, we claim for everything that's fixed here,
Yeah, which,
knock it all out
yeah.
if we want to, and then put lots of stuff back in again, and we claim capital allowances.
Yeah, yep.
Both.
So you get old and new, that's right.
And how does the capital allowance work? Is it just like the actual purchase price, or is it based on what the value?
No, it's
of
based,
right now?
it's so you bring in a surveyor, they take photographs of every single item, work out the value of those items, and then work out how much the previous person's claimed, and you claim the balance.
So they look at like present value sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the thing. It's a present value estimation you get.
Anything else than that?
And for the new builds, how is that capital allowance calculated?
Again, you can use a surveyor, or if you ever have an accountant or a tax person who knows what they're doing, it's the actual value of how much you've paid for those items.
Right. Is that a percentage of the actual purchase price or the actual purchase?
No, for the new stuff,
Yeah.
it's what you've actually paid for those items.
Right.
So if you pay $2.5 grand per aircon unit, you've got 10 units, 25 grand,
Right, okay.
so on and so forth, yeah?
Is that effectively sort of taken off at like the corporation tax sort of value?
Yep, so you work out your
Corporation
tax,
Yep.
you work out your taxable profit, and then you work out what you've got in terms of capital allowances, and without going into too much detail, you have different pools. You have a general pool, okay, short life asset, long life asset, okay, that type of stuff, and then you work out what your allowances are, you claim them. So let's say you've got £100,000 worth of allowances in your general pool, and if they're all new allowances, you can claim the whole lot in one go using the annual investment allowance. If you want to claim bit by bit, you can claim up to 18% every year, Hafiz. So first year, 100 grand, you claim 18%, you've got 82,000 left, you carry forward 82,000 to next year, then you claim up to 18% of 82 grand.
Okay.
Yeah, up to 18, if it's in the general pool. Energy efficient, you claim 100%. Annual investment allowance, you claim 100%, yeah?
Okay.
Up to a certain figure. Hi, your name is?
I'm Willamay.
Hi, Willamay.
Hi, Willamay.
Capital allowances are only applicable to certain uses of the building, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's SA, right? But not necessarily residential, or does it apply to new build flats?
Commercial. By commercial.
Yeah, commercial,
So
yeah.
you can buy the commercial building, but when I turn it into flats, they're now residential buildings. So you can't put all the new fixtures and fittings. And
Yeah, that's right. Unless you have like a large HMO, then you can claim for the common stroke communal areas.
right, because that's more, that's
Yeah.
a commercial use.
That's right.
building.
That's right. Cool. Dana.
And technically speaking, if you turn it into an SA and use it for a minimal time and then turn it into residential, then you can claim back the allowances, right?
That's going to be very problematic. So the question is, if we use it as service accommodation for a short time, and then we transfer it into ordinary residential letting, you will have a problem.
Why?
Because you're going to claim capital allowances, and then you're going to stop claiming capital allowances. Depending on what you've claimed, okay, you have to do a reversal, and you're going to end up with a big tax bill. Yeah, it would take me too long to kind of map it all out for you.
So does it depend on how long you use it for SA, or what does it depend on?
The longer you use SA for, the better it is for you. But I had a guy who was, I think, based in Newcastle. He had quite a few SA units and had about £1 million worth of capital allowances. But because he was going to stop using it as a SA now, okay, he had a tax bill of about 200 odd grand. Yeah, because you have to reverse everything out. Becomes a problem.
So you can never turn them back into residential?
You can, but you'll have it's likely you may end up with a tax charge or the capital allowance side.
So essentially, if you turn a residential or whatever you turn into SA, it should.
That's good. That's good.
It should be with the purpose to keep it that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And the longer you keep it for, the better.
Okay.
Yeah. Hafiz.
You mentioned earlier short life asset pool and long life asset pool. I think that was the phrase you used, or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
How is that differentiated, and what goes into those pools?
So short life usually is anything which has a life of less than 5 years, usually IT and that type of stuff. Long life, I think it is something which has a life of longer than 25 years.
Oh, what about the middle bit?
Middle bit is just usually in your general pool, plant and machinery.
Oh, okay, so you got three then.
You got more than three, but then you got energy efficient, and then you've got your annual investment allowance.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about all that stuff. Your accountant will be looking after that for you.
It's good to know it. So
Yeah, of course.
I want someone to go and do this stuff. Thank you. And
Yeah. Your name is?
Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
It's more
Hi, Claire.
thinking this is the project I've got with Dan.
So you're doing a deal with Dan, are you?
Yeah, so it was commercial conversion we've bought. It's all done up now, so the initial intention was to be all 5 apartments to be run as service accommodation, but because of COVID and timing, we've decided to have 2 apartments as service accommodation.
Okay, yeah.
As a single let.
Yeah.
So that would affect it, wouldn't it then, or not?
Then you can't claim on the 3 that are single lets
Yes.
for now. But if you
Yeah.
change them to SA later on, like Dana said,
Yes.
then you can.
And that can be a year, 2 years, 5 years.
Yeah, down the line. That's right. Yeah.
So again, as the long-term use is, that's
Yeah,
what I'm looking at.
that's right.
Thank you.
I'm clutching at straws now, a little bit.
That's not like you, Hafiz.
No. If you have a rent-to-rent property, yep, and you have an SA unit in there, are there any capital allowances that you can claim for at all?
If you've spent the money,
Yeah.
then yes.
Okay.
If the owner spent the money, then you can't claim their part.
Right.
Yeah?
All right. Okay, that makes sense.
Cool. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, by the way, make sure you click like, subscribe and post a comment because that tells me that you're engaging and you're finding the content useful. And if you like this video, make sure you check out this video here because it's the next stage in terms of your learning and development.